It is the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and so many of us are out running around trying to figure out what we're going to serve, how many people are coming over, what we're going to do to celebrate with family and friends. But overall, it's a great time, and I am so glad you're here. We have a special show today on Onward, and we're going to be talking with some of my friends who are doing amazing things to serve others in their community. But before we get started, just a little bit about Onward. This is a monthly podcast on WCEG, the Worldwide Community Empowerment Group. And our goal here is to just have authentic conversations about how do we move on from things in our life that are unwanted, unexpected, uncertain, and just how do we continue to live this life in the most positive way possible. Again, Onward is brought to you by WCEG, and you can find us on YouTube at the WCEG Talk Radio or WCEG Network channel. You can also find us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, previously known as Twitter. The views and content are those of the host and the guests and not of WCEG. So again, welcome. My first guest is Chama Ibrahim, who is with Noor Family Services. One of the reasons we're doing this show, and this show is all about gratitude, generosity, and grace. We're talking today about how we serve people in our community who really need a little bit of extra love, compassion, and care this holiday season. And Shama, you've been on before. It was probably about a couple of years ago, but tell us a little bit about Noor Family Services and how you serve the community.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Adrianne, for giving me the opportunity to talk today and to speak on behalf of Noor Family Services. Yes, indeed, I was in your show a couple of years ago. So Noor Family Services is a nonprofit organization that helps victims and survivors of domestic violence. We have been around over, I believe, 8 years, and we provide services to anybody who come to us. Our main focus, as I mentioned earlier, on domestic violence. We help men, women, anybody who come to us without discrimination of their ethnicity, of their background, or of their religious. The services that we provide at Noor Family Services are supportive services, and that include financial assistance, which is a rental assistance, paying utility. Also, we provide transportation to the client if they need to go to the court, or if they need to go to the doctor or go into school for the children's appointment. And we provide food, hygiene supplies. And the other component that we provide to our client, it's legal services when it come up, like, for a TPO, which is temporary protection order, or divorce custody. And also we provide a counseling to our client. And the good news, we hire another counselor that will focus on the youth for a teenager. So that's basically what we provide at Noor Family Services, and we serve different counties. We serve Fulton, Forsyth, Cap, DeKalb, Gwinnett, and now we are spreading a little bit more at Cherokee and Bibb County. And all the services that we provided to our clients are free at no cost. And we are almost serving everybody, like people from South America, from South Africa, from Russia, from Middle East, South Asia. So anybody who come to us, we assist them. And sometimes we come up across a situation when the client, they don't speak English. So the other hand, what we do, we have a language line, and we use.
Great.
Yes, and we assist our clients for that.
Love that. And so, Shama, you and I have known each other for quite some time. We both got our start at Forsyth County Family Haven. which provides services to survivors of domestic violence. But what made you start NOR Family Services?
At that time, when I was at the shelter, I saw the need for immigrants and refugees at the shelter. Yeah, the shelter being very, gracious with providing the food, hygiene supplies, bed, and everything. But it was one thing it's missing over there. Like, some of them like to come to the shelter, and some of them, they leave the shelter. And most of them, like the client that I noticed over there, they don't have legal support. So that's what was like the missing at the family haven. Yes, they provide like temporary protection order, but how about that? Because it's never stop over there. In fact, when the victim filed for a TPO, temporary protection the protection order, that it takes to the next level, which is like the abuser, they want like to punish the wife, they want to take it like, but like these women, we know, like, they don't have the income, they never been working. So that's
Right.
the make me like, to to establish another profit organization that focus in immigrant and refugee community. However, our services are provided to anybody. It's not like only for immigrant and refugee community. It's open up to anybody. We have like so many American who they're born and raised in here in the United States.
And so, this is a time of year, Thanksgiving through Christmas, where a lot of nonprofits are really beefing up contributions. There's a big need for volunteers. Like other nonprofits, are you seeing that there's a more significant need around this time of year in the community?
Absolutely, yes. It's a time for, that we need, the support from the community at this time. And at the same time, like, unfortunately, with domestic violence, we see like, with the holiday, it's coming up. We see the scale of domestic violence within the family, and unfortunately, but as all the nonprofit organizations, they depend on generous donor who can help the agency to grow and to provide the services. And we appreciate anybody who can support NOR Family Services. And it doesn't matter any amount of money, it's make a difference on our clients and also on their children.
So do you have any events going on, any kind of awareness, any kind of special needs between now and the end of the year that you want to share with people who are listening in?
At the end of the year, now we have we just done one community outreach recently. We done with that one. And for any event, like we're talking about what's coming up for next year, but like now it's a short time for the holiday, for the holidays coming up, we are just focusing on the campaign, and we asking like a supporter, donor to continue their contribution to our agency. That's our focus at this moment.
So if there are people who are listening in who want to support your services for families where there's a survivor of domestic violence, how would they do that, Chama? What's the best way to support you or even learn more about your services?
Yes, and that's the thing, like, all the time, like, I ask people if they can spread the word about NOR Family Services. Yes, we need support, financial support, but at the same time, our goal is to help people who are suffering in silence. So if you know a family member or friend or anybody who going through domestic violence, please, you can have them to call us, or to reach out to us, like just like to our website. It's NOR Family Services, NOOR familyservices.org. In our website you have like the phone number, you have also the email, and then as soon as you send us an email or call us, like one of the advocates will be happy to assist potential clients.
Okay, great. Before we go, I want to know, what are you grateful for this holiday season? Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Sure, yes. I'm grateful for for anyone who support us, and you are one of them, Adrianne, that, for supporting NOR Family Services. I'm grateful for my family who they're supporting me. As you know, I'm going, in school and getting like a lot of support from my husband and from my children. I cannot do this balancing between going to school and also running a non-profit organization. I'm grateful, every day that I can wake up and I am healthy. This is like priceless. Sometimes we don't pay attention to, that we have our health and all these things. So I'm grateful for that and for anybody who supports us and help us.
One other thing is that I think sometimes our listeners aren't aware of the immigrant community and some of the challenges that particularly women and children face coming to the United States. Can you share one story with us, one story of how your organization helped a family?
Absolutely, yes. We have like so many stories, but one of the story we had a client who reached out to us last year. So what happened, another shelter referred her to us because we have collaboration with other sister agencies, and one of them is a shelter. So most of the shelter there provide the bed, the food, and everything, but she need legal services. This lady, she doesn't have money, she doesn't have anything. She just a green card holder, and she has to start building up her life. So she was with her kids at the shelter, and she has at that time she had a teenager just about to graduating from high school. Yes. So so she reached out to us, and we provide her whatever her needs. She wants counseling, so we provide her a counselor for that. And also she wants food because some at the shelter, some clients there are they have different needs for the food, so we provide her kosher food for that.
Right.
And also her husband was about to sell the house and divorce her and just go overseas, to get remarried again. But because of the attorney and the service that we have, we block that procedure what he was planning to sell the house. So we stop it until the divorce gets finalized. So she was able to get a portion of the house, that first, and also she was able to get child support. And now she's working as the pharmacy tech. And she has a car, she's driving. At the beginning, she was not driving. And her kids is going to school, to university. And the other one is going I believe now maybe at the middle school. So okay. She we were happy to assist her with her need. Also we assist her with the government benefits because most of the immigrants that are not aware about the government benefit a food stamp and filing for the other benefits from the government. Yeah.
This is great. Well, again, Chama, I thank you so much. Chama with Noor Family Services. You can reach out to Chama via, info@noorfamilyservices.org. You can also go to their website to learn more, Noor, N-O-O-R, familyservices.org. And Noor services primarily survivors of domestic violence and their families. Their area of reach is throughout the state of Georgia, and they serve primarily the immigrant population, but they are open to anyone in need of services, especially legal services and other types of supports to reach self-sufficiency for themselves and their families. Chama, have a wonderful holiday season. I wish you the best with your campaign. And again, please reach out to Noor Family Services to learn more and to see how you can be of help. Have a great day, Chama.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Have a good day.
Have
Bye.
a great day.
Thank
Bye.
you. Happy holiday. Bye.
Happy holiday. All right. So, everyone, again, this show is dedicated to gratitude, generosity, and grace, ways that we can really make an impact in our community, and share this time of year with our neighbors who may need a little bit of support. Our next organization that we're going to have come up is Rebecca's Tent, and that organization is led by Tasho Wesley. We're going to have Tasho come in a little bit. But while we're waiting, I think it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving is known as Giving Tuesday, and that is a time when nationwide you can go in and just dedicate your funds, learn about these different opportunities and organizations, ways that you can serve. And so I invite you to just look up different organizations in your community that you can contribute to on Giving Tuesday. Again, it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. And this is really an opportunity to make a difference with organizations such as Rebecca's Tent. Good morning, Tasha. How are you? You're on mute. Want to hear your lovely voice this morning.
Good morning, Adrian. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Let's see. I see your face. I hear you, but I don't see you. I see
You
your
don't
your
see me?
picture. Yeah. Well, let's see if we can see your face here. Am I doing that right?
We have a good video. She's good.
Okay, great. All right. So Tasha, tell us a little bit about Rebecca's Tent.
Sure. So Rebecca's Tent provides services and to individuals experiencing homelessness, women in particular, as well as families facing housing insecurity. And so we do that by under three programs. We have our residential shelter program, which operates from November to April each year. We also have a day services program that provides services to women and children who are living in the streets or in their cars. They can come in, take showers, do their laundry, and get connected to community resources. And then we also have a rental assistance program where we assist individuals, both individuals and families, with providing their first month's rent and security deposit with moving into their new place.
So Tasha, I bet you're seeing kind of an uptick in need for rental assistance during this time of year. Talk about, is there a specific geographical area that you serve, or how do people learn more about your rental support program?
Yes. So we are seeing an uptick not only in the need for rental assistance, but as well as shelter for women and children. And we only serve women in shelter. So we provide services to the Atlanta metro area. So that includes the 5 counties, Gwinnett, DeKalb, Fulton, Cobb, as well as Douglas County. Um, Individuals are referred to us by DeKalb County COC, as well as individuals can just call us.
Okay. So Tasha, you and I also have a long history as well. We also got our start at Forsyth County Family Haven. But you have been the executive director for Rebecca's Tent for about 7 years now?
8 years. It was
Eight
8 years
years.
in August. Yes.
And so
And
just
since, oh, go
tell
ahead.
us, yeah, tell us a little bit about what has driven you to serve women and families.
Oh, wow. So well, just to share a little bit about my history. So I've been providing services to both women and families since about, oh goodness, 2001, since I graduated from undergrad. I have a passion for seeing individuals successful, and success looks different for everyone. But I believe that I am put here on this earth to help women and to help families.
And so one of the things that you talked about is that you've seen an uptick in the need for residential programs that serve the whole family.
Yes.
Um, and of course, your program serves women who may have families, but they're not able to be a part of the residential program. I know that you've been at this for a while. Can you talk a little bit about how women and children can find places to be together. Because one of the things we don't want to have happen is to have families living in their cars or living on the street, and we're just not able to have enough shelter space for them. What do you think are some of the needs that we have in terms of really helping families at this point?
Oh, goodness. So, I truly believe that there is a need for more transitional housing programs for women and children. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of transitional housing programs in the Atlanta metro. But for women who still need supportive services um, in a supportive environment, uh, there needs to be more transitional housing. However, I'm a proponent of housing first, and I don't believe that you have to fix a family or an individual before they move into housing. And so I believe that, by providing rental assistance or the security deposit and then providing those wraparound services, individuals can transition from homelessness to stable housing and then still receive the support and care that they need to be successful.
That's great. And I'm glad you brought that up, because there are many programs throughout the city of Atlanta that will provide rapid rehousing programs, where they're able to place families in housing, without the mom being employed at that time. And we'll give some more information about that in a little bit. But let's talk about how people can contact Rebecca's Tent, how women can contact Rebecca's Tent to get services, or even a mom with children. Is there a number that they can call where maybe you can refer them to services in the
Sure.
Atlanta metro?
Sure. So of course, they can always reach us at 404-873-3147. And if they give us a call, we will try to provide referrals and resources to them over the phone as
Yes.
to who they can reach out to for if they're looking for shelter or if they're looking for a transitional housing program or rental assistance. And if they're looking for rental assistance and we have the funding available, we can assist them.
Okay.
Also, they can go to our website at rebeccastent.org. They can contact, if they're a DeKalb County resident, they can contact DeKalb County 211, and that number is 404-687-3500.
And again, for Rebecca's Tent, it's rebeccastent.org.
Correct.
Okay, great. So do you have any programs, any kind of drives that you're doing between now and the end of the year to help families?
So yes, we do. So right now, we just launched our end of the year giving campaign, where we are raising funds to provide rental assistance as well as shelter services for individual women. But also, we are in the middle of a in-kind donation campaign, where we are trying to gather donations for families and individual women when they get ready to transition to their home, whether that is an apartment or a home. Oftentimes we don't think about, hey, okay, once we provide that first month's rent or security deposit, they're walking into a home with nothing. And so we want to provide them with sheets. We'll give a referral to the furniture bank for furniture, but brooms, cleaning supplies, dishes, they don't have those things. And so we're trying to gather those things to provide welcome home baskets for them.
That's great. And so again, if people want to volunteer or donate items, do they bring them directly to you? Should they call first? Should they go through your website? What's the best way to do that?
So, they can always give us a call at the 404-873-3147, or they can go to our website and it has my email contact information on there. Or they can just stop by during business hours.
And what are your business hours, Tasha?
So business hours for the office staff are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay. And again, it's 404
873
873
3147.
3147. Okay, great. So talk a little bit about perhaps a success story or a way that your organization has impacted a woman or family's life that has really stood out to you.
Oh goodness. So before I joined, someone came to mind, and she received services from us about 4 years ago. And I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing her story. But she came into shelter. She was one of our shelter clients. And while she was in shelter, she was able to gain employment um, and transition before, I think, within 90 days to stable housing. And so, of course, that's a success in itself. But since transitioning, she has not only provided financial support to our organization, but she volunteers, I would say, on a regular basis, if not every month, every other month.
That is fantastic.
Yes, it brings a smile to my face because she'll call or send an email saying, "Hey, did you receive my check?" And
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
she was thankful for the help that she received from us,
Yes.
but she understands that well, she finds it important to give back to the organization that helped her during a difficult time in her life.
Do you think that sometimes, Tasho, um, that we have a false sense of our neighbors in need, that it's perpetual or ongoing versus just a situational thing that has happened that could happen to any of us,
Mhm.
really?
Yes. No, I was just talking to a group about a week ago, and I was telling them, I said, oftentimes, when I'm doing tours in the shelter, especially to kids and younger people, they think that the individuals who are experiencing homelessness are the individuals that you see on the street,
Right.
um, the individuals who are maybe in encampments. But no, it's those individuals who are couch surfing from maybe family member to friend's house to their vehicle a couple of times a week, or who are living in their vehicle nonstop and
Right.
utilizing gyms to take showers and get up and go to work the next
Right.
morning.
Right.
So I think people have this idea of what homelessness is, but
Right.
it's not.
Right. It's those who are unseen,
Yes.
who live kind of in the margins, that really need our help, as you're saying.
Hmm.
And I'm so grateful for organizations like yours. And so, as we're wrapping up your time, what are you grateful for this holiday season?
Oh my goodness. You know, I I am grateful to be able to still do the work that I enjoy doing, that I'm passionate about doing. Um, and not only that, I am grateful for the volunteers who come on a daily basis
Yes,
to support the work that we do, and not only giving their time, but their skills and their financial resources.
absolutely. Absolutely. And we're grateful for you and for Rebecca's Tent for providing services to women who are in need. Tell us again your website and your phone number. And again, tell us a little bit about the population that you serve.
Sure. So yes, our telephone number is 404-873-3147, and our website is rebecca'stent.org. And we serve women and families experiencing homelessness and housing insecurity.
And again, if they want to reach out, if people want to donate, what's the biggest need that you have right now?
Oh, the biggest need, I would say, right now in shelter, it
Yes.
is paper products and hygiene items.
Okay. Okay. So for people who are interested, please again reach out to Rebecca's Tent at rebeccastent.org or 404-873-3147, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Thank you so much, Tasho, for all the work that you're doing. We so appreciate having Rebecca's Tent in the community. Have a wonderful
Thank
day and
you.
happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Happy Thanksgiving as well. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks. All right. So our last organization that we're going to focus on today is Jasmine House. And we have Jasmine Durden, who's going to come on to tell us a little bit about an organization that she founded, if I'm not mistaken. Hey there, Jasmine.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. It's good to see you this morning. I'm super excited to have you on. Um, and I think the reason I'm very excited to have you on is because, a lot of times we wonder what's going on with the young generation and are they going to continue this legacy of being involved in the community and helping? And you are one. So tell us a little bit about yourself and Jasmine House.
First, and thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on. So, of course, my name is Jasmine Durden, and I started the Jasmine House Foundation kind of around the age of 9 and 10. It started with a foster student that was a friend of mine that was in my class in elementary school. I think I was like third grade. And she came to school one day crying, explained to me that her and her sibling was going to be separated because she got taken to another foster care, like a group home, and that she won't be going to our school anymore. So hearing that, it kind of made me a little bit, touch my heart a lither bit. And I wanted to know more about what does that mean. So I went home and asked my mom, what is foster care and why does she have to be separated from her parent? From her sibling. And my mom kind of explained it to me, and I just wanted to make a difference in my community. So it started out with us just going around to the local schools. At the time, we lived in Conyers, Georgia, and we went around to all the schools and got all their lost and found coats that were not being used. We would bring them home, we would wash them, and we would take them to the foster shelters that was inside the Metro Atlanta area. From
That's
there, it
amazing.
went to us doing school supply drives.
Yes.
We also started going downtown, feeding the less fortunate. And this is all the way up to like I'm like 20, 21, 22. We just started doing different events throughout the years. Coat drives, food supply drives around the Christmas time. We'll give out toys. Toys for Tots is one of our sponsors. And we just have a big event for Christmas, and also we do just things throughout the year. Now that I'm getting older, now I'm 26, I want to kind of transition my foundation to not be so broad, I guess I could say. And I want to just target one thing, but also still helping the youth. So I just recently started the Jasmine House Foundation Mentor Program, which it equips students to be able to get the basic necessities they need to be successful in school and in their daily life. So now we're doing like each class we go to. I love my students. I have about 15 students now. And each time we go, we try to give them like career readiness, just how to introduce themselves, how to be confident, how to be compassionate, and it's trying to help them because I know these days with all the social media and all the different distractions that they have, just trying to keep them headstrong and let them know to be just a kind and genuine person, a compassionate person, and teaching them those things so they can be driven to be successful in life.
Great. So you go out into the community versus having people come to a location.
Right. That's correct. Yes.
So what is your focus area or your geographic area? What neighborhoods or communities are you going to right now?
So I would say I would go to the communities that are like the school that I'm at right now is a Title I school. So I try to go to schools that are really just have a lot of needs and wants for some help. So I guess I don't like saying like I say like more or less fortunate. I don't like using certain words. So I like to say less fortunate than myself. So I try to go to communities that are just less fortunate, that needs that help, that extra push. And just so the kids can be able to see that there's something outside of where they're growing up or their circumstance. Like there's somebody out here that cares and there's something outside of that you can be exposed to become a better person.
That's great. So I know that you all are doing a lot of shopping today.
Yes.
because you have some events coming up. What's coming up that you want to share with the audience, and what are ways that people can help?
So we are giving away Thanksgiving boxes to all of my students that are a part of my program, and just other families that have contacted us that needed help for Thanksgiving. So today we're just basically packing the food today, getting the boxes together. So it's turkey, dressing, just just everything that they need to have a good Thanksgiving dinner. And we're gonna go be passing that out on Monday. We're gonna go to each student's house, each person's house that needs it. We're gonna go and we're gonna deliver it to them.
That's fantastic. And I especially love how you're going out versus requiring people to come to
Right.
you. Tell me a little bit about the students that you're working with. What are you seeing with kids now? And are you primarily middle school, elementary, high school?
Right. So it's middle school.
Middle
So
school.
yes.
And so what are some of the needs that you're seeing with middle school students?
I would say because I really love them. So it's like I love the students. I love each of their personality. Like they be on 10, but I just love it. So I just try to bring them down when I see them. But they love the program. They love being involved in it. I feel like they have, come out of themselves a little bit and just kind of like being more open to it. Because at first they were like,
Yes.
why are we here and what is going on? Now they're more open to it and appreciating the time that I'm giving to be able to show them something different than what they're probably normally used to, or just being in school and doing class and going home. Somebody that's showing that they care and they want to see them in the next level. So I would say the main thing, I think, just the respect, teaching them how to have respect for each other, like
Yeah.
talk to each other, how to engage with respect, not all the
Yes.
shut up and then being rude to each other. Just trying to teach them to be more respectful and have each other's back, because at the end of the day, I keep telling them, like, as you go out into the world, you get older, there's gonna be so much out there. Like, just
Right.
learn to be kind and be genuine and just have
Yes.
respect for each other, because that can go a long way.
You're absolutely right. And I learned a concept this week. I mean, a lot of people probably already know about it, but it was kind of new to me, and it's called the third place.
Mm-hmm.
And, so our first place, of course, is our home. Our second place is school or work. But what a lot of us are missing, especially kind of COVID and post-COVID, is that third place. That third place is where we build community,
Right.
and where we feel that people care about us and love us and we can be our authentic selves. And so when I hear about the work that you're doing with Jasmine House, even though you're going out to the schools, you're actually kind of building that third place where kids can feel respected and heard,
Right.
where they can be their authentic selves, and start building relationships with each other. And so talk a little bit about that community that you're building with the kids. What are some of the things that you do with them specifically to help them to kind of grow beyond where they are today?
Right. So just far as the program so far, we just started, like, one of the lessons that we taught was just team building and working together. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach them, like, if you're on a team, a sports team, or if you're on like beta club or anything, everything requires a team. So you don't want to be the person, a part of the team that's the difficult person. You want
Yes.
to learn to listen and engage and be able to take other people's idea, even if you are a leader, and also just being a leader, but in a way that is not too much, that you're still able to work with each other and listen to each other. Just also one of our lessons were just being able to introduce yourself. It just shows that a lot of children just don't really think about that, but it's very important to make eye contact when you meet someone, to show that you're confident, to show that you know what I'm saying, that you can introduce yourself in a confident way. That can go a long way. We're also teaching them just to also learn how to give back, because just because if you don't have certain things, somebody might not have as much as you have, or somebody might have more than what you have, but you always want to be able to give back and listen to each other and see if someone is down one day, maybe you can help them in a way to lift up their spirits. So just trying to overall keep them just being good hearted people at this age, so as they grow up they can just remember, because we're trying to stay with them all the way up until high school. So we basically want the program to keep our students and just grow with them, and when they heard that, they love that, because I feel like a lot of people start something and they might not stick through it, and they get the children's hopes up, and then they're in their lives and they might leave their lives. So I know a lot of things like that could happen, especially at a young age as you're growing up. You know, certain things happen. Even with families, sometimes you don't have that support that you really need.
Right.
So we want to be that support for them, let them know, like, we're here whenever you need it. You can give me a call whenever you need anything. If you need shoes, clothing, anything you need to be successful in school, pencils, anything you need to be successful in school and also in your daily life, we're here to help you do that.
Well, there are a lot of little nuggets in there that you just shared, Jasmine. One of the ones that I loved is that you said everyone is part of a team. And I think that's a great concept to share with middle schoolers, because you're right. You know, when you're going to work, you're part of a team. And if you don't know how to be a contributing part of a team, then, you know, sometimes that keeps you from being productive, from being able to be in the work environment and be successful. I also like how you talked about teaching them generosity, because a lot of us don't realize sometimes we think, oh, I don't have enough. But even if you don't have enough material things, you maybe have enough time,
Yes.
or you know, you have enough skills, you have enough of something to share with someone else where it will make a difference in their lives,
Of course.
right? And
Right.
so generosity is born out of gratitude. So I loved how you talked about that as well. And then the third thing that you mentioned was consistency, because you're right that people will pop into children's lives and pop out.
Right.
And so children learn at an early age that, oh, you know, people aren't consistent. You
Right.
know, they're going to help me for just a moment and then they're going to disappear from my life. So I love, 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 love what you're doing. Talk to people about how they can get in contact with Jasmine House so that they can help.
Yes, of course. So our website is jasminehousefoundation.org. Also Instagram and Facebook is J House Foundation. We like I said, the best one would be our website. Our phone number, we just changed our phone number, so you make sure I'm saying it right. um, so our phone number to contact us is 470-626-3206. But if you go onto the website, jasminehousefoundation.org, it will have our phone number, our Instagram, everything there is on there that you can contact us and make that direct contact.
That's awesome. So again, it's jasminehousefoundation.org and the phone number is 470-626-3206. Is that correct?
Yes,
That
that's
is fantastic. So what is your vision? What's next for Jasmine House?
So my vision is to open a resource center. It's been something I've been saying for, I want to say like 5 years, maybe 4 to 5 years now. I want to be motivated to open a resource center for children to get the resource they need to be successful. So a center that children and their families can come to get, maybe go to the coat drive, the food pantry. If we have maybe classes where people can come in and teach their parents or their guardian how to, you know, if they need help with career or getting a job, because I feel like with children, it also has to be at home and make sure you have a stable home environment. So if we're able to help with the home that they're living in to become a little bit, not perfect, of course, but just stable and helping overall, like they say, it takes a village. So if me and the parent can work together and make sure the student is going the right way, that's something that I'm really passionate about. So I would say definitely I want to open a resource center for the Jasmine House, a building, a home, just somewhere that I can call home, where there's times like when students might need help or someone to talk to, they can just come to the resource center. When I have events or having coat drives, school supply drives, all that can happen at the resource center. It could just be at one location.
That will be great. So
Yeah.
in the couple of minutes that we have left, tell me just one story that you would love to share about a child that you all worked with where you could really see an impact.
I would say so many. I don't. um, I would just say some of the young ladies inside my mentor program, even a young man. I don't know if I can say his name. I probably won't say his name, but a young man that started our mentor program. Very just to himself, wanted to have his hood on all the time, didn't want to really get engaged with us or talk to us. So I just kind of went out my way to try to just sit beside him, bring him to the corner, speak to him, see what's going on, and see what might be going on at home that makes him want to be so sheltered and not really talk to us. So from that first day to now is probably like our fifth or sixth time, seventh time seeing them. To now he just comes up to me, he hugs me, he excited to be in the class. He doesn't wear the hood anymore. I like to call on him now. He's ready to, get up and speak and introduce himself and just being more engaged and involved. And also with the young ladies, like I'm just trying to teach them to like there's so much of the music that's kind of degrading a little bit.
Yes.
These days that they're listening to because TikTok, social Instagram, you can just find it so easily. So I'm trying to get them to listen to more. Like sometimes I'll put on classical music or Beethoven, try to expand the horizon to let them know like there's more than just that, and don't let that become you. So I'm trying to teach them to like change the vocabulary, how they talk as young
Yes.
ladies, to be more, feminine, just be more like not so like all the time. When they first came in, they was hitting each other. There was shout. I'm just like, we don't do that anymore. Let's have some respect and let's respect each other. So from there to now, it's like totally different. Now they listen. Now they want to be engaged. Now they want to help. Now they want to raise their hand. They give me hugs. They are excited to see me. And for me, that was kind of scary for me a little bit because, these days the kids, they're going to tell you how they feel. They're going to tell you they don't like you. They're going to tell you if it's not fun. So just them being able to just want to be a part of it, they're happy to see me. We go every other Wednesday, but they'd be like, can you come every Wednesday? We want to see you every Wednesday. So that makes me happy because it's like, okay, they are appreciating, they are enjoying it. So that's just something that's good to my heart and that I love. And I just love being able to do it. And I just hope to be able to do it on a bigger platform to be able to help more students and more children that need it so they can be the best that they can be.
That's great, Jasmine. So what are you grateful for this holiday season?
I'm grateful for a lot. I'm grateful for family, having my parents, having my family just be able to support me. I'm grateful for just having each and every day to be able to get up and do what I love to do. I'm grateful just to be able to have everything I basically need. Just we want so much, but just having your basic necessities is very important to me. As I'm getting older, just having a roof over my head, having food in my fridge, that's something that, especially since I'm around people, certain students that might not have those things, those things are just important for me. And I'm just grateful to be able to have all that and just have health and just being healthy and waking up each day. That's something that I'm grateful for.
That is awesome, Jasmine. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
It's Jasmine's House. It's jasminehousefoundation.org,
Yes.
470-626-3206. And lastly, what is your biggest need right now between now and the end of the year?
My biggest need, I would say right now, we're just trying to get the donations in for Christmas. I want my students and my students that are part of my mentor program to have a great Christmas, and just other people that come to us, they know we do this every year, our Christmas giveaway. So just based on, I want everyone to get on board so we can make everyone's Christmas a good Christmas. I just want all the students to have a good Christmas. I want everyone that's a part of being a part of the Jazz House for years that come to us for for Christmas to have a good Christmas. So that's the biggest thing for me right now is being able to get the donations in and volunteers in to be able to have a great Christmas for everyone.
And the way that they can contact you again is either through their phone number or your website, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Thank you so much. I wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I know you're going to run now and get all of those boxes packed up for your Thanksgiving giveaway. So
yes,
thank you again.
And thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm honored.
Of course. Anything to support you all. So
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So everyone, we talked about the various organizations that are doing so much to serve the community. We talked about NOR Family Services. that works with immigrant families, survivors of domestic violence. And again, their number or their website, if you're interested in supporting them, or if you need help, it's noorfamilyservices.org, and Noor is spelled Noor. If you are a family looking for rental assistance or a woman in need of shelter, please contact Rebecca's Tent at rebeccastent.org or 404-873-3147. And also, Rebecca's Tent is in need of donations for women and families. So please help them out in any way that you can. And then finally, we just talked to Jasmine House Foundation. That's jasminehousefoundation.org. And Jasmine House works with teens. They go out into the community to different schools to work with middle schoolers all the way through high school. And what I love about Jasmine House is that it was founded by a young lady who's now 26, but she founded it when she was just 9 years old to help young people, especially those who were coming from the foster care environment. We're going to wrap up now our show, but one of the things I wanted to share before we go is that today's show was about gratitude, generosity, and grace. Gratitude comes from the fact that we are aware that we have been given so much. If you have a roof over your head and food to eat, you have more than most people in the world. And so out of that gratitude comes generosity. So between now and the end of the year, I hope that you can find a place to volunteer your time, even if it's just for an hour, to help pack up a box of toys for kids, or go and help to mentor kids, or even prepare food. If you have clothes in your closet, nice clothes that, maybe you have too many clothes, or you've gotten a little big because of Thanksgiving and your clothes are a little small, consider making a donation of clothes to an organization. And then finally, if you have change to spare or a few dollars that you would like to give to support an organization, please do so. They need your support. You can do that now, or you can even do it during Giving Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So really want to encourage that. And then the last thing, of course, is grace. Grace is understanding that, people are just in need of help and in need of support. It doesn't matter how people have gotten to a certain point in their lives. What matters is that we are able to walk alongside them with compassion. And so my hope is that this holiday season, we'll be able to show grace for those in our communities who are feeling a little overwhelmed, a little burdened, a little stressed, because they may not have the resources that they need to live a healthy life. Also, want to close out with, if you are in need, please call 211, and that will link you to the United Way number that will be able to get you to some of the resources that might be able to help you and your family. I wanted to thank WCEG for the opportunity, and I want to thank my listeners, Mom and Dad, thank you, for being supportive. This is the last show of 2023. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And as I always say, gotta run.